I think about you making this game and all of what you've just said, and it's kind of you're creating something. You've got this company. I mean, you're not just a creator. You're an entrepreneur. I know that about you. So there's all of that, but this is also a journey into your own identity. In the course of making this game and the aftermath of it, I suppose, did you learn something about being Iranian, or about your past, or about who you are that you didn't know before?
I don't know if it was something that I didn't know before. I think it was something that just kind of like materialized. And I would say, and I think it's this, I grew up in Iran until I was 10 years old. I am 100% culturally Iranian. I try to pass on the culture to my children. And yet I'm very much from the West. I have been celebrated because of my understanding of Western culture, hip hop culture and games like Grand Theft Auto and so forth, or horror movies for projects like Resident Evil or whatever it is. And in the end, I've kind of figured out that if you were to pinpoint it geographically, I'm not from the West. I'm not from Iran. I guess I fall somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean because on my own little island, because I have both of these influences. And I think in the past, I've always kind of seen myself as Iranian and then kind of like living in North America. And now I kind of see myself, because when I go to Iran, when I was in Iran and I start speaking Farsi, people are like, "Oh, I know you're speaking Farsi, but as they say, lahjat es kojas? Like, what's your accent from?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm from New York." And they're like, "Ah." And then when I'm over here, I find myself, when I'm speaking English, sometimes I'm translating it from my mind, thinking of it that sentence in Farsi, and I get people asking me, "Well, where are you from?" So I guess the thing that you come to realize that when you're a part of this diaspora, and what I learned with 1979 was that we are this new mishmash of both, which is we want to show honor and respect and love. When we love the culture, we certainly love the food. We love the bond of family. We love the bond of what it is to be Iranian. And then at the same time, we've also benefited from so much that the West has given us in terms of opportunity, in terms of being able to create a better life, in order to love music, in order to love art and film, and things that are different. Not that stuff doesn't exist in Iran. So I feel like we are this new hybrid of citizens, of Iranian Canadians, Iranian Americans. Even me, I grew up in Canada. I've been living in New York for 20 years. That's now become part of it. So I think that's what's really kind of floated to the top for me, is realizing that I'm not from anywhere. Maybe I'm from the Atlantic Ocean, because I'm a mixture of all of this stuff.
Listen, you're not alone on that little island somewhere in the Atlantic. I think there's a few of us populating that. Call us the Nowhereans or whatever.